Guys, welcome to Just Reese. I'm gonna get a little personal in this video, and I promise you at the end of it, there's a point. And yeah, so for those who know me, for friends and family who know me, you know that August 20th is a very important date to me. I call it the day that I became strong. Well, actually, I call it Josh was coming and going, aka the day I became strong. I only have one child, but Joshua was like my first. And so you can kind of already know where I'm going with this story. So, anyways, because I really don't want to like drag this on, but I'll take you a little bit of my journey on what happened on August 20th, early morning. I was having contractions, and they were like the worst contractions ever. Well, I don't think contractions are like, I don't think they're supposed to feel good. I don't know. But it was the worst pain ever. I can just remember me sweating and being pale in the face and just going through all this pain. And luckily, baby daddy was there. We weren't together at the time. We're still not together now, but we're great friends and we do great co-parenting when it comes to Cameron. But he was there, and I can remember, fast forwarding to us going. I can remember going through the contractions and then fast forwarding us to getting inside the car. And on my way to the hospital, I was just in so much pain. And then my water broke, while we were in the car. But little did we know that my placenta abrupted. We didn't know, that happened. So the whole way to the hospital, Joshua was suffocating. And we didn't know this. This is my first time, having a baby going full term. I went full term, a whole 9 months. Carrying a child, loving on this child, feeling, his kicks and everything, and a whole 9 months, and this happened. So we, get to the hospital, baby daddy goes, and he gets a wheelchair. And the only reason why I'm not saying his name because, I just kind of, some of you guys already know who he is, but I just don't want to say his name, because it's not like he's giving me permission to say his name, whatever the case may be, not that he's petty like that. I just rather keep that classified. Anyway, so baby daddy, he goes and he gets the wheelchair. He comes to the car. By this time, I can hardly move. I can hardly speak. I'm just like, I feel like I'm about to just faint. So I'm being seated in the wheelchair, and we didn't know either at the time that the car was filled with my blood. His car in the passenger side was filled with blood. Like, I didn't know I was bleeding. I didn't know I bled that much, let alone I didn't know I was bleeding. I'm in the wheelchair. He pushes me into he's pushing me into the hospital. I'm checking in, whatever the case may be. And then, he looks at the wheelchair and he sees like just all this blood. And he looks back and it's just a trail of blood. And so it's like, oh my God, she's bleeding. I'm in and out. By this time, it's like I'm blacking in and out. Like I feel like I'm about to faint. I'm blacking in and out. So I'm able to put together bits and pieces. Like she asks me for my name. I give her my name and, And so next thing I know, I see like a doctor. I don't remember if it was two doctors or a doctor. I just remember like a doctor coming out and they're pushing me into, a room. And there's like all of these people in the room, like all of these doctors. And they're like rushing me out of the wheelchair, put me on top, on top of, a table. And they're telling baby daddy to leave. Now, in the back of my, mind to where I can think where I'm not blacking out, I'm like, why is he leaving? Like, we're getting ready to have a child. This isn't how it's supposed to go. You don't see this in the movies or, when you see other people document them getting ready to have a child. Is this how it's supposed to go? This isn't what? But I'm thinking, okay, I guess this is normal. Well, they're hooking me up to all this stuff and they're asking me what my pain level is and stuff. And I remember that I could hardly speak. And then I was out of it. Okay. I don't know how long I was out of it. They were performing an emergency C-section. And I don't know, I guess, it took a while. I don't know. But I can remember after that, I was in the hospital bed and I was coming to, have my eyes closed. Of course, when you're asleep or whatever, your eyes are closed. And I remember me coming to and opening up my eyes, and the room was filled with friends and family. And I'm thinking, oh, like how many people, made it to the hospital. But I turned And I looked at baby daddy and he was on my right side and he had this like, oh crap, she's up look on his face. But it's quiet. Like no one's laughing. No one is saying, oh, the baby's so cute. No one's saying anything. It's quiet. And, I'm just like, okay. I'm still drugged up. Still coming to, like, still have, whatever it is, I'm still drugged up. And, like, literally, like, in the nick of time after I look at baby daddy and his, facial expression, the doctor walks in. And he has his hands folded. And he says to me, I'm sorry, Miss Miller, but, your baby didn't make it. He said, your placenta abrupted, and we did everything that we could to bring, your baby back, but he didn't make it. And he said, and honestly, you had to have 2 blood transfusions because, we didn't think you were going to make it either. You lost a lot of blood. So in the time of me receiving this horrible, horrible news, I can just remember my room being filled with like a lot of love and peace. And it's kind of hard to explain. Like usually whenever you receive news like that, it's the end. You just feel like it's the end of the world. Like, what am I here for? I'm supposed to carry a child and bring a child here, and I feel like I failed to do that. You're telling me my baby didn't make it. I'm waking up. I was expecting to wake up to have my baby here, but the room was still yet filled with peace and love. And I appreciate every single person that was there. I appreciate everyone. I don't want to name everyone there because there was a lot of people there to support me, baby daddy, and be there for us. And I appreciate everyone that was there. I even had a friend's mom. They once lived here in Dallas, but they moved to Oklahoma. And she was actually like traveling on, for business. And she so happened to be there when that went down. And I wasn't expecting for them to come, So it was a blessing to have her there. But I just remember me crying and bawling because it's just like, wait, what? Like back at the apartment, I have like all of this baby stuff. And you mean to tell me I have to come home empty-handed and there's no one... who's gonna use all this stuff? So it was just that, and not just... I don't know. I don't even really know how to explain it because so much had went through my mind, but at the same time I was at peace with it too, because I know that God has a bigger plan for whatever happened that night, or that morning actually. But I had my friends and family there, and so much love was there. And they still had Joshua. Like, they cleaned him up. And that's one thing. When I woke up, I was thinking, okay, he's not here because maybe they're still cleaning him up or whatever the case may be. Or maybe he's going through something right now or they're feeding him. I don't know. So that was actually like really my first thought when I came to. It's like, okay, my baby's not here, so clearly they're cleaning him up. But no, they did, and they dressed him up in little outfits and took pictures of him because those were the only pictures that I was going to have of Joshua. It's not like I was going to say, okay, well, we'll take pictures of him whenever I get home. There was no bringing Joshua home. So they had him bundled up in, the little hospital blanket that they wrap babies up in with the little feet on them. And they was like, we still have him. Would you like to see him? And I was like, yeah. And so they brought Joshua, and I picked him up, and he was so beautiful. Head full of hair. He was just a really, really beautiful baby. And each year it gets better for me to talk about this. It does, I promise you. And it doesn't hurt as much. But I can just remember me holding my baby and knowing this is going to be the only time I get to hold you. And it was just beautiful. Of course he was cold because, But, I gave him all the kisses. I kissed him. I cried, held him, kissed him, held him, cried. And then, finally I gave him back. And I had, like I said, friends and family that was there to cry with me, hold me. We even laughed together. They were cheering me up, and I wasn't upset. And I know sometimes when people go through things, they want to be alone and they don't find a reason to smile, but I still found a reason to smile that day, even in that moment. My friends were there to love on me, my family, and I know I keep saying that, but I'm truly thankful for those who came and stopped by even then. And that was hard, but I name it the day that I became strong, because after that, the way how I looked at life, and I knew that if I could go through something like that and survive, and I'm still here, even though they've said that we didn't know you were going to make it, there's a reason why I'm still here. And that day has literally made me strong. So even when I'm going through things now, it doesn't amount up to what I've been through then, especially with that. And I know this video is extremely long, and I'm not trying to get extremely, emotional or anything, but I made this video to have a point at the end of it to say that if you're going through something, and even if you're not going through something, know that you have a purpose. You have a purpose, because you're here for a reason. All of us have been through something to where we're technically not supposed to be here, but we're here. Just going through that was painful, but God He's brought me through it. And if you're going through something now, He will bring you through that too. And if you're still here, you have a purpose and you have a calling to your life. So to be told that we didn't know you were going to make it, and to go through something like that and still be here and still be able to love on others and not be bitter about it, and not saying that it's not okay to go through those things, because how you grieve is how you grieve. I'm here for a reason. And if you're watching this video, you're here for a reason as well. If you've been through something like that and you're still here, you're here for a reason. Whatever it is that you go through, especially something like that, mothers, and I'm speaking to mothers who've been through this, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. We can't control everything that happens to us in our life. And it hurts to be the one that God has designed to carry a child and bring them into life, and then you wake up and then they're not there, or they didn't make it. It's not your fault. It isn't. And so don't blame yourself if you have been through that situation, or if you're going through that situation right now. It's not your fault. And those who haven't been through anything like that, and you've been through something, just period. If you're just going through something, period, just know that you can make it through. You're still here for a reason. Push through. And know that with God's love and with you having faith, that you'll make it and you will be okay, no matter how hard it is and how much it hurts. You can make it through. You really can. And that's why I do celebrate that day. And I know it used to be a sad day, but this is the 4th year. And it takes me back to it, because it's just like, if I was able to get through that, no matter how many times I've asked God, why didn't you just take me instead of going through this pain? If I was able to go through that, then I know that anything that I face now, I can do it. And I know it's not easy going through things, and it's hard to go through things, but if I can get through that, then I know I can get through anything. And if you can get through some of the things that you've been through and you're still here today, then you're good. You're good. Surround yourself by loved ones, for those who are going to be there for you, love you unconditionally, and let you know, hey, I'm here whenever you need someone to talk to. But that's the point of this story, is that you're going to go through things, and if you made it out, know that you have a bigger purpose in life, and that whatever it is that you go through is supposed to make you strong. It is supposed to make you strong. So happy 4th anniversary to the day that made me strong, which is the 20th of August. And I am who I am today. And I'm able to love Cameron the way I'm able to love him today, because of what it is that I've been through. I was able to have Cameron, and I look at him and I love him so much more than what I could have imagined then, if I didn't go through what I went through. So yeah, be strong, push through, have faith, surround yourself by those who truly, honestly love you, and know that you are here for a purpose. And once again, thank you for watching this video. Welcome to Just Reese, and I hope that you've learned something or gained something from this video. Until then, I will holler at you guys later. Bye.